Everybody, guess what? We're live this afternoon. So excited here to talk with Craig Campbell. How's it going today?
Going good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm excited to talk to you about you're one of the few people that has live music coming out, a live concert next week. People can come and see you in person.
Yeah, it's definitely the live shows are far and fewer between than we'd like as of late, but we're taking as many opportunities as we can to do shows, and I'm excited about the one next week. I've known these guys for a long time. I have not. This will be the first time me and these other guys have been on stage together at one time. So it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me how this came about. So you've got Travis Denning, Tyler Farr, Chuck Wicks. How did that come about?
Well, it's if I'm correct, I may mess some of these details up, but I was approached by A.K. Robinette. He is a pastor at Cross Country Cowboy Church, and I've known him for years. Matter of fact, me and my wife used to lead the music at that church, and he mentioned he was putting together a show and wanted to see if I'd get involved, and I love AK, and I love what they got going on down there, and so that was an easy question for me to answer. So that's how I got involved.
I see. And so you said this is the first time that you'll be with Travis and Tyler and Chuck. Is that your first show together with all four of you?
I'll say I've done shows with every one of these guys separately, but this will
Okay.
be the first time the four of us have been on the same stage at the same time.
Okay. So is this going to be a songwriters type round type thing, or what is it going to be like?
I haven't gotten all the details, but I feel that that's how it's going to go. It's going to be like a guitar pool. I
Yeah.
think we'll all be on the stage at the same time, just kind of tell the stories behind the songs, and just have an intimate engagement with the audience, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Those are always the best because I feel like you hear stories that you might not normally hear.
Yeah, no, I love doing those kind of shows because I mean you get to hear the songs all the time, but very seldom do you get to hear where these songs came from and why they were written or why you recorded them, that kind of thing. So I love these kind of shows.
Yes, yes. Tell me about what you've been doing during COVID, since this is one of your first shows of this year. What does it look like for you and the family at home?
Well, we live in a very rural part of town where we don't. I mean, COVID is around us, but we don't. We live in a town that's very spread out. We've been social distancing since we moved to Eagleville, so nothing really new for us. But it's not much has changed on our end except for the girls having a 5-month summer break, and I haven't been able to do any shows. But I mean, but fortunately, I guess here in the last 6 weeks, I've been doing a lot of shows, a lot of acoustic stuff, a lot of private, socially distanced shows, and some that weren't, that kind of thing. But life has been not that out of the norm for us.
Yeah. So what have you been doing out in Eagleville during COVID? Farming? What's it? You got a new project? Feels like everybody I talked to decided to take on a new project.
Well, yeah, we've done a lot of home honeydew list things that have been needing to get checked off. Been to Home Depot and Lowe's a lot more than we normally would be.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, and the girls, we got some acreage, we got horses, we got chickens and all that. So I mean, we've done that. We took a couple of trips with the family that we normally wouldn't do. My in-laws have a house that we visited a couple of times in the last few months, and it's so yeah. I mean, we just been making do and doing really well with our time.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about, the Opry is celebrating its 95th anniversary and you're a member. You've been a member for a while, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh, you're not a member. I saw
wish
you
I was a
posted.
member, but I haven't been invited yet.
Oh, saw you post something about the Opry, and its anniversary. Tell me about that because you performed at the Opry.
Well, yeah, I think what you saw was I posted a video from my debut at the Opry, which was 10 years ago. Matter of fact,
that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Debut at the Opry.
When I debuted on the Opry, it was their 85th birthday celebration. so that's probably where you got that. So yes, I've been playing at the Opry. That was my first 10 years ago, and I've been fortunate to play almost 100 times since then. Um, I haven't been able to play any this year just because of the way things have been going in COVID and all that. But I love the Opry. I love playing there. It's one of those places that it has that magical feeling every time you walk on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad that they never stopped the shows, although they did have to pause the audience. But the fact that they were able to continue during all this, I think kind of helped us all
Yeah.
to hear the music.
No, I think that was super important for those guys to not pause the show just because it is the longest running radio show ever. So I mean, for them to find a way to make that to keep that going was pretty awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, tell me about what's coming up for you next.
This year has been a little different for me on a lot of ways. We not only just the way things, the way the world is. I've recently become 100% independent, so I've been doing things the way I want to do it. Whether me and my wife, we've taken my career and taken control of it, and we've been putting out music on a regular basis. I've released 4 new songs this year. Got a new one coming out probably middle of November. So that's pretty much our focus right now. Is just keeping the music going and working on new stuff, writing new songs. So not much has changed on that side of things, but the difference is now we're in control and we're doing it the way we want to do it.
Yeah, yeah. So was that scary to step into being an independent artist?
It wasn't scary. It was just more of a relief. I never thought that I would be so excited not to have a record deal.
Because that's why everyone comes here, right?
Exactly, yeah, but it's just one of those things where we spend all this time fighting with record labels on what we think my artistry should look like, and then you have people at the very top making decisions and they don't even know who you are. So it's just I'm relieved to have that control back.
Yeah. Well, and it's been great. So you have another new song coming out in November. Can you tell us anything about it? Tease us a little bit.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's definitely one of those songs that I've been excited about. It's a song that every time I play it for anybody, they react the way I want them to react, and which tells me that this song is a hit. And I can't wait for people to hear it, especially people that have, especially for anybody that has daughters.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to hear that. And you have 2 daughters, so I can only imagine what that is like. Well, it's great to catch up with you. Hey, let's have a quick question before you go. Do you like biscuits? You're a Southern boy. You're a Southern Georgia boy. Do you like biscuits?
I love biscuits. What are you talking about? I thought everybody loved biscuits.
How do you eat your biscuit?
Well, if I had my preference, I would take some homemade cane syrup and put a little bit of butter and mix it up, and just dip my biscuits in that butter and homemade cane syrup concoction.
Okay. See, I do something similar, like the mixing. We got to mix the butter in. You can't just put on one thing at a time, right?
Right. That's just you gotta mix it up.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow, guess what? We're going to talk to Paula Dean. She's opening a new place in Nashville. So I'll tell her about that. I'll see if she mixes her butter.
Yeah, she I guess is from not far from where I grew up in South Georgia. So and I know she's got a nice place in Savannah too. So I'm a big fan of Paula Dean. Matter of fact, I make her banana pudding recipe about twice a year. It's probably the best banana pudding recipe that's ever been created, and she has definitely got it figured out. And I think so. You tell her thanks on my behalf.
I'm going to tell her tomorrow. Craig Campbell says he loves her banana pudding, right? Yes. Banana. Wow, I did not know that. So you like to cook? I didn't realize you were.
Well, it's not a cook. It's more of you just mix it up and put it in the fridge and let it sit for a few hours, and then so yeah, it's not that hard to make.
It's not that hard to make.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is good for me.
Okay. All right. See, I learned something I did not know. How you eat your biscuits and that you like to make banana pudding. See, I had no idea. This is something that I had no idea.
Well, now you know.
Hey, you guys, go check it out. I heard the tickets are going pretty fast for your show next week. It's on Tuesday. We'll put the link up. They're limiting how many people can come. So this is your opportunity because from your schedule, you're not anywhere else close by this year.
No, not that I know of off the top of my head. Not anything anywhere local, anyway. So yeah, this is it's going to be a great night, and the venue, I think, if I'm correct in where it's going to be, it's pretty awesome too. So it just lends itself to some great music, great vibes, great situation for somebody that wants to get out and come hear some music.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us this afternoon. Always great to see you. I missed you at your event during CMA Fest.
Yeah, we missed it too. We missed it too. We hated to postpone, but just had to do it. But good Lord's willing, we'll be back full throttle next year.
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to that. Okay, you guys go follow him, Craig Campbell. He's on Facebook. Will you be doing live streaming of any of the event in case people can't get a ticket? Have you decided yet?
I'm not sure. I don't know how they're doing that. I think they're going to offer that as an option for people that can't make it because it is a charity or a benefit. So
yeah, maybe with a ticket.
Do some sort of event to be able to raise a little more money.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, Craig. It's always great to see you, and you tell your whole family hello for me.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. See you soon.
All right.
Bye.